Hello friends, in this lecture we are going to discuss the working operation of the IC74SR02 NOR gate. The IC74SR02 NOR gate. This is an integrated circuit that consists of transistor logics or logic gates that are arranged together to form NOR gates. And these NOR gates, four of them, are brought together to form the quadruple 2 input IC74SL02. So it looks like this in 3 dimensions. It almost looks like this. And now, when we study the pins of this IC, we see that it has the inputs at 2 and 3, then the output is at 1. Then pin number 14 receives the power supply and pin number 7 is connected to the ground or to the negative terminal of your power source. So let's go and check what is the truth table for this NOR gate, then later on implement it or its working operation is simulated in our simulator, which is called Multisim. So when you check, the NOR gate is an OR gate whose output has been negated, and therefore the outputs of this OR gate are going to be opposite to those of the NOR gate. First of all, when one input is high and the other input is low, the output is low. When one input is low, the other input is low, the output is low. When all the inputs are high, the output is low. Whereas when all the inputs are low, the output is high. So let's verify this truth table in Multisim. So first of all, we go to the components and look for our ICs, the 74LS ICs, and we want the 74LS02, which is the NOR gate. So we import it. Let's first create a new or a blank window. So let's import the 74LSIC. We pick the 02. So that 02 is the AND gate. So what else do we need? We need a power source, and we shall use a battery which is carrying DC. Then we shall also need a ground. It's a good practice to have a ground. Then we shall also need an indicator. We are taking a 5 volts, 4 volts, 0.5 watts battery, bulb. Then we are also going to look for switches. So let's go to the basics and look for the switch. So we are going to use a single port, single throw switch. So let's connect our components. Said we need 5 volts. So we are going to get our power. We supply it to the IC via a switch, which is a single port, single throw. Then we said it is also a good practice to connect our negative terminal to the ground. Then we rotate this indicator through 90 degrees clockwise. Then we said one input goes to A, another input goes to B. Okay, that is for a NOR gate IC. This is pin number 1, 2, 3. So 1 is for taking the output. So we pick our output, take it to the indicator. Then we also connect this VCC or the pin that accepts power. We also connect it to our source of 5 volts. Now this ground must be connected to the ground of the circuit. Also, from this indicator, we shall connect the ground. Now, our IC or circuit is already complete. It is time for us to test it. So let's run the simulation. So we said when all the inputs are 0 or are low for the NOR gate, the output should be high. So you see, we have a low input, our output is high. So that is the only case where we have a high output on a NOR gate. If all the inputs are low, the output for a NOR gate is going to be high. The rest of the cases are going to be low output. So when we switch on one and switch off the other one, you see we have a low output. When we switch on this and switch off this, we have a low output, meaning we have a high input, a low input here, and the output is low. So if we also have a high input, we are going to have a low output. So this is how a NOR gate operates. But then this NOR gate is working but embedded on an integrated circuit. So the IC74LS02 NOR gate has been implemented in this lecture. So see you in the next lecture.